Okay. In the previous video, I showed how to actually to insert the illustration generated by the AI in the card template. So in this video, we are going to start to write things in the card. So the first thing we have to do is to import from Peel the image font module. So this will be used, as the name suggests, that we're going to load our fonts to write things in the card. So if we go up here, we can see that we have some different font faces, like this one, this one, this one, and this one, and different size as well. So we have to have an object to manage these different faces and different sizes, and this is what image font is going to do for us. So we are going to define a helper function to write some text in some image. So here we're going to image, text, font, and as always, X and Y are coordinates from the top left corner. So here we use image and then image.copy, and then we use draw, image draw, the same as always. Draw image. So we start draw object that we used before to manipulate images. We are going to use the same object to write things on the images. So to write some text in the image, we're going to use the function text. So here, we pass the coordinates from the text, the actual text, and then the font object, and then the fill color. And for our magic card generator, these are going to be always black, so we can fix this default value to black. So then we use return image. Okay. So if you see our card here, we can use this function to write something in the card. So with our helper function set, we can finally start to write things on our card. So the first thing we're going to do is to define a function to write the card name. So write, card name, and then we pass card and the name. Okay, so use here card, call our helper function, and then to image, the image is our card, the text is the name, and then we start to load our functional, the font face for the card name. So we're going to call the object image font and true type. We are going to pass the path to the actual object of the font. So assets, fonts, and title type. Since we are going to use the same font face for the title and the card type, for the card name and the card type, we are using this font here. So this is why we have the type right here. So we pass the font size, and then we parse the coordinates. I know that the coordinates to the text are 40 and 40. And then we just return the new object. So let's try to write something. So write card name, and then we pass card, and then the name we pass, this is the card name. So okay, so it is working, and we can see here our card name. If we pass here dragon, it was right dragon, and if we pass I don't know, Michael Jackson, it rewrote Michael Jackson. And okay, so we can check these values here to see if this is the best one. So we may place here 41 to see what happens. Oop. It didn't change a lot, but if we put 50 here, we can see that it is drove to the bottom. So 40 is a pretty decent value. Maybe 38 to be a little, yeah, 38 worked better. So okay, so our function to write the card name is already set. So now we have to define a function to write the card type. So we find the card, write card type. This function will have the exact same structure. So call the helper function, write text, and then image equals card, text now is the card type. Then font, we call image font dot true type, and then we pass the path for the font asset. So fonts, assets, fonts, and the same font here. Type .ttf, and then here the size changes a little bit. Before we use a size 20, and here our font size is 18. And then we pass the actual coordinates, 40 and 322. Then we return the card. Okay, so let's test it. Write card type and then card. Then we may say here creature, no, maybe creature human. So okay, so we can see that it worked perfectly. We can write the card type in our magic card. So okay, so now that we have wrote the title and the type, we have to write the remaining things. But these things are a little harder to do. That is because for the title and the type, we have only one line, and it started from the left to the right. It was not in the center, and it was not a multi-line text. For multi-line text, we have to do a little bit of raster work, and we are going to see this in the next video. So stay tuned, and bye-bye.